In today's chapter on retail decisions, we'll look at the topic of internal and external atmospherics. What do you mean by atmospherics? The atmospherics basically refers to all the physical characteristics which are associated with the store, which basically, as it is mentioned, includes interior as well as the exterior elements. Uh, Additionally, also includes the layout planning and display, the visual display of the store. It plays a major role. The atmospherics, deciding the atmospherics plays a major role in attracting the customers to the store. It improves the quality of the service experience, as well as creating a brand positioning for the store outlet. Kind of builds a store image in the minds of the customers, with which also it will improve the customer retention rates. That is why the atmospherics is so important when we decide upon the internal as well as the exterior elements of the store. So we look at both. A definition: a store's physical characteristics or attributes that are used to develop a retail image and draw customers. In simple words, you can say develop a retail image or build a position of the store, try to draw customers and as well as retain customers, as well as ensure that the customers who are drawn to your store will also make a purchase. It has to kind of psychologically impact the customer in such a way that his perception about the store will change. He is made to actually purchase something from the store. And how do we do this? What are the internal elements? You can think of a lot of internal elements, not just the ones that I'll be explaining, not just the ones that I'll be giving you examples with. But when I talk of a store, think of all the stores that you have visited, every store that you have visited, and what has basically attracted you to that store, whether it's the external part of it or the internal part of it. For examples given here: color, the lighting, the scent, and the music. Just four. There are more. I'll explain in the further slides. When I talk of scent, what is the store that comes to your mind? The stores that come to my mind is, of course, the Body Shop, because it sells the uh, soaps, and these soaps are scented soaps. So as soon as you enter that store, you get that kind of a feel. And it's a very beautiful feel when you move around, when you get those kinds of scents you would want to purchase. I'll give you two other examples that I have experienced when I've entered West Side, not West Side, sorry. It starts with, okay, it's Indian Terrain. Indian Terrain is a nice store which sells men's products and very different kind of products, more rugged, more like they have a feel like woodlands. When you enter this particular store, you have this kind of smell. It gives you that, it may not go with everyone's liking, but it gives you that leather rubber kind of a smell, and that is, to some, it is very pleasing, and it's kind of pleasing to me. So whenever I enter that store, I like to see it, not just the smell, the interiors of the store, the way they have built the store, the lighting of the store, and they also play a very light kind of a music. Most of the stores do that now. Even the big stores like Lifestyle and the West Side and Pantaloons, Shopper Stop, most of them try to do that. They play very light music. So when you're entering the store, moving around, you need to have that feel when you're buying. So music also kind of impacts what you buy. I like the music basically in a Raymond store. Or try to visit a Raymond store and you see the kind of music that is played. Color, color again depends on the kind of store you are. What is it that you're selling? If you're selling kids items, if you're selling ladies perfumes, or if you're selling kind of ladies wear, you probably want to have that. Now again, I'm not trying to stereotype, but I'm just trying to generalize. More of the color pink would be chosen, and you'll play around with colors which probably a girl would like. Not necessarily she likes pink. There are girls who do not like pink, but generally, yes, pink is like known to be a color that most of the girls like. And also the kind toy stores also would have a different kind of look within it. So primary elements, interior, exterior, the visual merchandise as to how would you display the products in the store and what would be the layout of your store. And then I see visual merchandise at every point. Let's look at it more in depth. The floor in itself. What kind of flooring do you want in your store? When I mentioned the example of Indian terrain, if you look at the store, it's carpet. The flooring is completely carpet. It has that brown tinge. The entire store itself has that brown look. The walls have the brown cladding. The products itself, which are sold are rugged. So in that backdrop, it looks good. The flooring, some places they may select a marble flooring. If it's a kid store, they may want to go with something where the kids, if they fall, they don't get affected. The lighting, you want to have the mood. Whether you want to have bright lighting, Raymond store has the bright lighting in certain places where they want to focus. The lighting is very nicely arranged in Raymond showroom. Where if you enter and you look at the place where the coat is being sold, that display, the ones which is very much on display for that day, has the focus lighting on it. More like when you visit a theater, not movie theater. When I say theater, I'm talking about theater plays. When kind of the screen opens up, and think of the theater in your school days, the stage. That's the thing I'm trying to mention. When somebody is on the stage, the entire focus light is on that person and everything else dims out. You have some similar kind of lighting in Raymond store where you know what they focus on that day's uh, coat. So you know that when you're moving around, you know that's the thing that you look at. They want you to look at that. So you can play around the lighting that way. More about the lighting within the store. So you want the customer enters, you want him to look at that. The wall. The entire wall, I mentioned the example of Indian terrain. Temperature of the store, AC. Do you want the person as soon as you enter, you want him to feel free, you want him to feel relaxed when shopping, not sweating all the time. Even internal, when we talk to internal, we also have the employees, the salesperson. How courteous is that person? How pleasing is that person? How polite is that person? How approachable is the person? And whether he's able to answer all your questions, whether he's patient in listening to everything that you want to tell him, and whether it's him or her, everything that's the characteristics associated with a salesperson. The cleanliness of the store. There's a spelling mistake here. The trial room, again, there's a spelling mistake. Whether you are offering trial rooms to change, I know there are certain clothes stores where you enter, you can just purchase clothes, but you cannot try it out. So I would not go to those stores. I would want to try them out, see if it's a better fit. Of course, if I'm not allowed to try, maybe that store should have the option where I can try back at home and then get back and replace it if it does not fit me. But I would want to prefer it to try it out within that store. Color, we spoke of color. Music, we've spoken of that. Mirror, yes, if it's a clothing store, you need to have a lot of mirrors. You need to see yourself everywhere around. At least within the trial room also, four side mirrors. Exterior atmosphere. When you're looking at the exterior, the entrance. When you look at the entrance, things that come to my mind is McDonald's. McDonald's has a very nice entrance. They have that arc type entrance when that old man is always sitting there. So where people actually take pictures also. They sit beside the bench and they take pictures. Kids will want to just sit and take pictures there. When you're just moving around, people just want to enter McDonald's because of the feel inside the store, and also that kids can actually play around. Why not give an entrance which has something which actually attracts the person, music or something like mobile stores have the Oppo doll playing around outside. Display windows again, mostly your display windows will have the products, the mannequins, the dummy models which will be standing there, or it would have everything that is for the sales. If you're having a sale, if you're having a discount, everything will be on the display windows. Display windows do also attract a lot of shoppers who do window shopping. There's a term also which is called window shopping, which was very popular earlier, still popular among college students, but after the advent of e-commerce and e-shopping, e-shopping, you have the window, right? Your laptop or your mobile is nothing but the window, not really the, and what products they have to offer. Whatever you see there, that's the window. Size of the building, yes, that also matters. How big is your store? Whether the person has to move around a lot or whether he's able to get the products easily. Parking, your store. If you're looking at a small superstore and you want people to come there, you need to ensure that they are able to park around. If there's no parking, if it's just beside the road, and you want people who are just walking around may come to your store, bikers may come. How do people who travel in the car come? It will be very difficult for them. Front office painting, yes. The reception as soon as you enter, how is that pleasing? The security person when he's sitting there, that also matters. The store layout, we'll come to that point on layout, and we'll also come to the point on the display as well as the visual merchandise, because that element also can be split further. The height of the building, the visibility height, okay, that again varies based on how you want to have the store displayed. Within the store, how you want the elements or products to be displayed. How visible it is. Can I spot your store from far away when there are many stores? Can I easily say, oh, that is Raymond shop out there because it has that typical red color? Can I spot a McDonald's from far away? Can I say Pizza Hut from far away? Can I spot a Titan showroom from far away? Can I say Joy Lucas from far away? Can I spot anything, any store, any example? Can I spot it from far away? How visible it is from among all the other stores? So when somebody wants to purchase jewelry and says Tanish jewelry, he doesn't have to really ask somebody direction. He just moves around. He knows somebody will tell you that's the direction. In fact, your store over a period of time will become a landmark, will become an address. People will put it in their address, located beside dash store, located beside so and so store. It will become a landmark, it will become a bus stop. So that visibility experience, so much it matters. It matters so much that over a period of time, your store itself becomes an element. I mean, you think so widely, think that it can become a bus stop area also. It becomes people's addresses. You are everywhere. Brand recall is easy. Store recall is easy. I mean, if you are a single store selling one particular brand item, it's very easy to recall it. Surrounding areas. What are the surrounding areas? You don't want to have a store. I remember there was a particular store. Again, this is my personal choice. Uh, let's say somebody who does not drink, for example, I do not drink. But if I'm having a store which I want to visit and there's a bar beside it, and there are people who you don't want to, that smell is there, it stinks. I don't like it. Now again, very, I'm not stereotyping, personal, because I could not think of any other. Or let's say there is a store beside it sells cigarettes and you have people just smoking around there. Surrounding area, there's a smoking area, people just smoking, and you don't want to, you may not like that smell. You entering a store which you want to, people will not come there. Or you have it is not located in an area where the surrounding area is accessible or pleasing to the customer. So marquee. Marquee is nothing but basically the entrance. That's what marquee word means. The entrance also has to be designed. We spoke of entrance already. Right in the top point, it's just another point mentioned again here. Types of store layout for your information. Because we looked at what are the four elements: interior and exterior atmosphere, atmospherics of a store. That's what atmosphere or atmospherics. That's the topic that we're speaking about. Visual merchandise, store layout, the other two elements, and we can split this. This also comes as part of, when I say visual, it will be internal. Store layout will be internal itself, and how visual can be further split. Store layout, for your information, I can have so many different layouts. Look at the example given below. I can have a grid layout. As soon as I enter, everything is like boxes shaped. Okay, each have their own advantages, mostly apply to grocery, supermarket, pharmacies, has this grid particular layout. As soon as you enter, every shelf has something to offer. Each shelf is offering some kind of an item. So best for a supermarket. Free from layout where I can just move around. Okay, I can move around anywhere. Specialty stores like Reebok, Nike will have this. So I can go different places. Different items are located in different places. Maybe sports shoes are in one. Maybe basketball shoes are here. Maybe athletic shoes are there, and I'm looking at tennis shoes are located somewhere else, gym shoes are located somewhere else. But you can just move around anywhere. Moving around also helps customers browse in a different way, wander freely. Racetrack layout or a loop layout. I think Shopper Stop uses this, where this also helps. You basically are forcing a customer, as soon as you enter, you cannot leave the store unless you move around the entire building. You come out somewhere else, you enter somewhere else. So you have to, they force you to see everything. In a way, you may not want to purchase something, but you will land up purchasing it because it is you have to basically move through the entire store. That's also a nice way of generating something called impulse buy. So impulse buying is another way. Impulse buying is also done at your store checkout. At your store checkout, you will have the small POS where you basically POS counters where you do the payment and you check out. You'll have the small display kiosk where things they'll keep like chocolates or candies or chips. They'll keep it there because they know moment you see that you would want to add that also to your cart. That's also a way of store layout. Where would you want these small things, which may not fail in a big supermarket? It may get hidden. You may want these small things to just move out when you're generally you'll have this peppermint and menthol, all of that in such places. Herringbone layout. Now, herringbone layout is I've never visited a store like that where you enter, but they're saying it is a warehouse style stores. And I remember telling you when I explained about stores or locations, you may not have these kinds here. This is there abroad where you have huge stores, really huge stores, which will occupy acres of land, and they're called warehouse stores. Visual merchandise refers to a display of the product, lighting display, color coding, signage boards, sales promotion tools, wall display, mannequins, toys display. The images itself will give you an idea. I don't need to explain that. Visual. Anything that is visual, and you can go gaga here. Go crazy with your ideas. How you display is completely left to your creative uh, appeal, and you can let your brain actually run through this creativity. Visual merchandise, element, colors, the king, create a focal point, just some pointers as to how should you go about doing it. It's key in retail for brick and mortar stores, okay, and not just brick and mortar, even store, I'll tell you, e-commerce has reached a point where there is a separate course that people take up on UI and UX design. I'm sure some of you might have heard of it. UI is nothing but the entire user interface. Okay, and people are actually learning a course on UI UX design. How do I design that website or my not website? How do I design the page for Flipkart, the Flipkart front page? When he clicks on that product, what should be the page next? How do I design that in such a way that it, it basically increases the chances of the person purchasing it? When I select a product, can I give him alternatives of the product below that? Recommended suggestions or tied up products to it. If I select laptop, why don't I give him an offer with what you say external hard disk free along with it, or a small flash drive, USB drive free with it. So a bundled offer will be given below you. Another marketing technique. It's called bundling technique. So that also along with it. These are techniques, and how do I place it? Where should I place it? On my visual uh, window that I'm looking at. I'm looking at, and when I look at it in a mobile screen, and when I look at it in a laptop screen, same Flipkart product page, how should it appear differently? Where should it appear? It should be easy. Basically, because when I browse, I have just seconds on me. I don't have minutes to, unless I'm really looking at a product, I'll take my time to research and spend minutes and hours on it. If it's a product which sells, which is a high price product or a low price product, I won't take much time. High price product, I'll take more time. But if I'm just there to browse, I, even if you're there to browse, the Flipkart has to ensure that you purchase, you make a purchase. And finally, when I add it to my cart, I'll just add, but I've not decided to purchase. How should I send you reminders that something is in your cart? Please purchase it. Something is in your cart, it has basically, the price has gone down, this is the right time to purchase it. All of these things are helping you build the UI differently. Now I explained all of this in a e-shopping site. From a brick and mortar store, which we are talking about, visual merchandising, when we talk about retail management, we are looking right now at only brick and mortar stores. Most of the examples are on that. We can play around with many things. Could you always check your displays to ensure customers can easily view the hotspots and merchandise? I remember telling you what a hotspot. I give an example of a hotspot, how lighting was played around with in Raymond store, where they tried to ensure that the lighting falls on a particular um, coat, which is the highlight of, and they want it sold on that day. Expose customers to the maximum amount of purchase. Okay, tell a story. Use powerful sales enabling signage. Maybe you can have a digital signage board within the store. Use the empty space. If there are empty spaces for signages, why not take up customer testimonials there? Another way to cement a customer saying, yes, this is why you should purchase this. Because you have customer testimonials on websites, why not also have it in the store? Good idea. If nobody has done it, you do it. And I remember in Spar, I don't know if it's still there, when I once visited the checkout counter, I saw a small train, and that train had Dairy Milk. It was called Dairy Milk train. And I was just lying there, and it had all lighting on it. It was like glowing. Anybody who came out checkout counter could not miss that. It's glowing. It's a train. It is fully yellow in color, and within that yellow color, it has a nice blue color dairy milks being sold. All types of dairy milk silk and dairy milk, different types, almond, etc. Whichever dairy milk you like, it is in there. Okay, your eyes, not your eyes, the kid's eyes will look at that and say, "Mama, I want this. Daddy, I want this." And there's no other way. You'll have to purchase it for your kid. You love your kids, you go, you purchase it. Another way of using empty space. That space was always empty. People would walk around there. But they thought, why not just. Cadbury was smart. This is not done by the store. Cadbury decided we will. Remember, I told you how stores make money in the first class when we had a live class on Zoom. On Meet, sorry. I explained to you stores make money from different ways, not just sales. Stores also make money from promotions. So brands will try to associate with them, telling them, "I want this. If you do this for me, we'll give you so much of money." So Cadbury basically spoke to Spar and told them, "You have a lot of empty space. I want to use that empty space. Put this train in there. That's a spot I want. Checkout counter spot." And Spar said, "If that is the spot you want, you got to pay so much because that's a very key spot. There are other people asking for that spot, and they'll get the money because Cadbury knows sales will happen. Spar knows through that also their transactions will improve, but they also got promotion money." Okay, that's all we have we for this class as far as atmospherics is concerned. Thank you so much.